On our broadcast tonight, blown away, the outbreak of tornadoes in Texas. Tonight, how everyone made it out alive and the story behind those unforgettable airborne images. How can a storm do this? Too many tests. Big health news tonight. The routine medical tests doctors say you don't need, and how this news could change the American checkup. Teed off, will a woman be admitted to the home of the Masters? How about a prominent woman who runs one of the best-known companies in the world? Tonight, the famous golf club responds. And drilling down, the massive construction project going boom in the night, nearly knocking people off their feet. Nightly news begins now.
From NBC News World Headquarters in New York, this is NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams.
Good evening. It was an incredible sight, in part because we could see it live from a helicopter. We watched as tornadoes swept across a huge metropolitan area, Dallas-Fort Worth, in broad daylight in early April. We now know 13 tornadoes touched down, the wind speed at times reaching 150 miles an hour. The twisters sent many of the area's 6.3 million people into shelter, and it's now easy to see why. Lester Holt is heading up our coverage tonight from a Texas suburb recovering from an F3 tornado. Lester, good evening.
Brian, good evening. We're in Forney, Texas, one of many Dallas suburbs hit hard here. When I come upon these scenes, and I've come upon a lot this spring, the first feeling is you want to recoil from shock. Then you hear the backstory. In this case, a 67-year-old woman who survived when that house came down around her. Survival is the headline of these storms, thankfully, because of a well-thought-out.
Are the first graders at nearby PS 290.
It's fun, and sometimes it's a bit boring. Get it? Tunnel boring washing and boring rig.
Funny now, but remember the first graders who joked about the 2nd Avenue subway are now great grandparents. Katie Turr, NBC News, New York.
That's our broadcast on a Wednesday night. Thank you for being here with us. I'm Brian Williams. Please join us later tonight for Rock Center at 10/9 Central. And we, of course, hope to see you right back here tomorrow evening. Good night.